Hi, Shane Saracen here to talk about an underrated drummer. And when I talk about these drummers, they're not all like chop masters or anything like that. But when I say this, when I was young, access to music was basically very limited. It's what you could buy or what you heard on the radio or possibly television once in a while. That was it. Okay. And it was very limited as a kid to be able to go out and buy this. So some of my early influences were from records that my grandmother had a restaurant. And in that restaurant was a little country cafe in Murray, Kentucky called Sykes Cafe. There was a jukebox, and she would bring home the 45s in a box off of the jukebox every time they changed them out. And I would go through them and pick out anything that was remotely rock, country rock, pop, whatever. At the time, I didn't have a big interest in country music. So I would grab like Beach Boys, Everly Brothers, Beatles, Elvis, and stuff like that. And um, one of the bands that I grabbed all the time was CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival. So I became a huge fan of the band and of the drummer, Doug Clifford. And part of it was because I could listen to that and I could feel like I could grasp that or copy that. It didn't seem beyond the reach for me. I might have to practice against someone, but I could get it. And I could get like a shuffle feel. I could get a sleek, snaky feel. I could get a basic rock thing. I could get some fast playing. I could get two beats, halftime, all kinds of things in that genre of variety of stuff that CCR played. From looking out my back door to a semi train into a two beat type of thing, and traveling band, which was a fast rock thing, and then Green River on the cymbal bell, and just some of these feels. And the first song I learned to copy note for note was "Who'll Stop the Rain," and actually, if you flip that over on the 45, it was traveling band on the back. And you take a tune like "Long as I Can See the Light," had that really open do 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 ga ba da boom boom ba do do stuff that a young drummer could easily grasp on and try to copy. And so I became a huge fan of the band and of course of the drummer, and the drummer was Doug Clifford. I remember seeing a clip, I don't know what it was from, and it looked like his hi-hats were massive, like they were 16 inches or something like that. But other than that, it was a basic setup, and I just gravitated toward that band because, be it Proud Mary, Lodi, Green River, Fortunate Son, so many songs. I could hear things. Of course, looking out my back door, that two beat feel and whatnot. So anyway, I became a huge fan, and because of that, I know they're in the Hall of Fame and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like when people think CCR, they think John Fogerty. And we're not going to get into the politics of all the stuff that happened with that band and how they split up. But to overlook the musicians in the band and say that they didn't create a unique sound would be unkind and untrue. So Doug Clifford was a major influence on me, and certainly something and someone that I think a lot of young drummers should listen to. And again, it's not like you're going to get the most notes and speed and all that kind of stuff, but what you're going to get is something that would work for you in your catalog that you can expand on and to put into other things. And that's how I looked at it. Doug Clifford, certainly an influence on me and definitely an underrated drummer.